Sometimes when you see a new stadium plan, you just have to take a step back and admire the boldness, the audacity of it all. You can recognize the vision and effort behind it, even if you don't necessarily like the design of what they want to build for their sports team. That brings me to South Korea and one of the most ambitious stadiums to ever have been floated. The owners of Incheon SSG Landers are tapping into their background as one of the country's largest retail players to create what they're billing as the world's first integrated baseball stadium and shopping mall. Look, I know a lot of you rolled your eyes when I said that, but I want you to give it a chance here because I think the renderings for what they are planning to build are pretty exceptional. In fact, why don't we just start with the hero image here? As you can see here, the shopping mall lines the right field, with the first few floors most likely being part of the Starfield retail complex. I would say this is most likely going to be a department store. The upper parts of the section are probably going to be a convention center theater area, although they may find a way to utilize these during game days, most likely for special parties, stuff like that. In the left field corner by the third baseline foul pole is a hotel that will have rooms with stadium views. This is not necessarily a new concept. Obviously, Rogers Centre in Toronto has been around for ages now, while whatever they're calling Bolton's Reebok Stadium these days also has a hotel with game day views. That, by the way, looks really cool. It's a shame Bolton just isn't in the Premier League anymore. Another idea for the stadium has been poached from North America, a swimming pool, although this one makes the Chase Field and Everbank Stadium facilities look like crappy kiddie pools you fill with a hose. This infinity swimming pool spans a good chunk of left field. Let's be real for a second though, you would have to be kind of a douche to actually want to sit and watch a game from here. That, by the way, is something those developing the stadium have more or less admitted to. In a press release, DLA Plus Studio principal Sung Hoon Young said, "The infinity pool is designed with two concepts in mind, seeing and being seen." To that extent, the swimming pool actually sits above the stadium swimming pool, meaning those with cash to spend and a desire to be seen will certainly get their money's worth. Honestly, I don't get it. I don't understand the need for a swimming pool in a domed stadium. I don't understand the need for a swimming pool in any stadium, but if you're going to go nuts with it, you might as well take it as far as you can. And I give designers credit. I think they've done just that with this infinity swimming pool. As for the rest of the proposed Incheon Landers Stadium, well, the baseball bits are solid, but not anything special. There are some luxury boxes, an extra something on top of the stadium that is enclosed and could be more premium areas. All in all, when you strip away the outlandish features, the shopping mall looking into the stadium, the swimming pool, the luxury boxes, the hotel, all of that stuff, nothing here is really reinventing the wheel. In fact, it could basically be just about any other baseball stadium in South Korea in terms of layout. Current plans call for a capacity of 21,000 or thereabouts. The two questions most folks watching this video have are, why a shopping mall and who is paying for this stadium? And the answer to each question is very much connected. The Incheon Landers are 100% owned by Shinsegae Group, one of the country's leading retail players who operate all kinds of notable brands in the space. Their 2021 purchase of the Landers was most likely made with a project like this in mind. They had a mall they were developing, and the team gives them a very unique anchor tenant, and it allows the mall to be one of the most unique in all of the world. To that end, though, it will be the first privately funded Korean baseball stadium. Firstly, I very much salute that this project is clearly only going to benefit the owners of the team and the mall itself. They would not get any public funding to build a mall. Why would they get one to build a mall with a stadium attached to it? They also know that this is going to be a hugely successful project from a financial standpoint. Trying to get public funds for it, it would just be incredibly disingenuous, and doing so is very difficult in South Korea anyway. It should also be noted, this is basically the exact opposite of what's happening in Las Vegas with the A's. There you have two groups, neither with much money, doing two separate things and then hoping at some point to connect them together. Oh yeah, And John Fisher was given public money for a project that is going to have very little, if any, benefit to public coffers. Good job, everyone. Back to Incheon, this project is all about synergy, bringing two distinct business elements of the parent company together as one. The end goal was to have a stadium that would be active all year round, that would flourish 365 days a year. And it also allows the mall to bring in traffic that would otherwise not come to it because there is a baseball team folks want to see playing there. Additionally, this dome stadium will become a huge concert venue. In fact, it's estimated that it could seat upwards of 40,000 people for concerts, making it the largest such indoor facility in the greater Seoul region. There is another aspect of this proposed stadium I really want to highlight: the appearance. You know, despite the outlandish nature of the idea of putting a mall and a baseball stadium together as one, the designers here went for a very timeless concept. It's something that will play today and in the near future. It will play 15 years from now. It's a design, it's a concept, it's a look that you don't ever really see going out of style. The idea behind this dome stadium may be a bit out there, it may be unlike anything we've ever seen from a baseball venue, but the design itself, there's something here that looks good and that's going to be just accepted for probably all of time. You can be bold without doing something that is a product of the era. I actually think that is something American sports franchises are doing on purpose now in order to demand new stadiums down the road. No one wants a Camden Yards. No one wants a Coors Field because you look at those stadiums and they can make it 100, 150 years, whatever the case may be. They're modern Fenway Parks. They're modern Wrigley Fields. But if you build the stadium dated, then it means in 30 years' time you can ask to have a new one built for you. Seriously, look at Globe Life Field and tell me that isn't going to age out in a few decades. The only real downside for me to all of this is that it will eventually render the team's current home, Incheon SSG Landers Field Moonbuck Baseball Stadium, obsolete in a few years' time. That's a shame because it's a pretty damn good facility. I mean, really, how can anyone hate a venue where you can grill pork belly in the outfield and take in views of a FIFA World Cup stadium in the background? It first opened in 2002 alongside that soccer stadium. It's undergone renovation over the years. It's old. It looks like it's starting to get up there in age, but the new owners of the Landers have done a good job sort of modernizing the facility and making it a place people want to see games from. Could the Landers get another decade or so out of the place? Yeah, absolutely. I think that this stadium has some life left to it. However, I can't really complain about the team moving to a new stadium because they're paying for it themselves. They are footing the bill here. They are free to do what they want in that regard. Having a dome is obviously an important part of this as well, since it does allow the stadium to host concerts throughout the year. As I mentioned earlier, that's a huge industry in South Korea. It most likely overtakes the Gyeochok Sky Dome as the most notable large concert facility, indoor concert facility in the Seoul, Incheon, Suwon, all of that area in South Korea. So again, it's going to be more profitable. You can't have concerts in the winter in Incheon at an outdoor stadium. It doesn't work like that. So there's more of a reason to have a domed stadium for the owners of the team, who obviously are going to use it to drive traffic to the mall and generate revenue the other ways. It will be a sad day when the Landers move, but their new home is going to be something else. It could even be completed as soon as 2028 with work currently ongoing at the site. Another major difference between this facility and whatever the A's are trying to do down in Las Vegas. This stadium on track for a 2028 opening. The A's stadium in Las Vegas can't even get funding to start something to be built. Just saying. There you have it. South Korea is building the world's most outlandish baseball stadium, but I don't think it's as crazy as it seems. With a timeless design, private funding, and several unique features to it, I think it's going to be a very cool place to watch a Landers game come 2028. Probably the only downside, at least for me, are going to be the absurd prices to stay at the Stadium Hotel during game days, but what are you going to do about that? Thank you for watching this video. To see more of my sporting adventures from around Seoul, video upper right hand corner of your screen is the place to go. And to get a better idea of just how the size of the A's proposed stadium in Las Vegas doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense, video lower right hand corner of your screen. Until next time, I am Cheyenne Hollis. This is the Touchback, and as always, hashtag take it out to the 25.